Hello, hello, hello. This is Cassandra Edwards, also known as San, your business advocate and keep it real homegirl. I am here today doing a QuickWits interview with Miss Alicia Small of JP and Associates. She is a realtor here in Columbia, South Carolina. What's going on, lady? How are you today?
Hello, Cassandra. I'm doing great. Today is Tuesday, and it's a wonderful day to help clients become homeowners.
All right. I know you're really passionate about that. I remember when we met back when I was working at GQ Barbershop over on Two Notch in Columbia, South Carolina, near the old Keenan. And remember you came in, you had your son's hair. We were trying to get his lock started for him.
Oh,
And
yes, I remember.
yeah, if you watch it, we just hit it off, you guys. Y'all know real recognize real. So I like real people and I love to connect with other like minded business owners. But back then, y'all know I always say, we're people. So I love connecting with good people. So I'm really excited to have you on here today, Alicia.
Yes, I think we both have been following each other all these years and staying in touch and seeing how each has grown and grown and grown.
Ooh, man. I just think about where we're going to be at a year from now. We'll be on a yacht somewhere, child, celebrating.
You must have seen my vision board, a yacht in Greece.
Come on. Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to talk about that some more off camera, child. We had to put
Okay.
a glass of wine in the air or something. So,
So,
so I want you to talk to our viewers about your realty business and your experience with it. What happened? What were you doing before you were a realtor, and what changed for you and made you decide to take that leap into the real estate industry?
mhm. Well, I am a military brat, have moved around, and I am a people person. But I was working at Verizon Wireless in corporate America for 16 years. I enjoyed it, but I didn't like some of the dynamics of it. Or just, it got time, when you start to feel it's time to move on to better things. So I had a conversation with God. I was like, okay, God, I know you got something else and better for me out there. And so I devised a plan, an exit plan to exit out of corporate America to do my own business. Although it was not real estate at the time, but I did get into entrepreneurship and did my own business for a little while. And just by chance, got into real estate. I became a admin versus a virtual marketing person, and then an admin, and then a property manager for a local realtor who had been doing real estate for 30 some years. And so just being in that environment and doing the work, I realized, hey, I can do this for myself. And I fell in love with real estate to the point that I was working a lot of hours for free just because I loved what I was doing. I loved the learning of it. So
Mhm.
eventually got my license and started real estate, and it's been probably about a good 6 solid years or more of doing real estate now.
That's awesome. I think it's important to when I talk to a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, and it's crazy how some people have the concept that what you start out doing is what you'll always do. So it's like, look, I'm going to start this business right here. I'm going to be committed to it for life. I'm all in. I'm going to retire with this. I'm going to be, I'm going to be the top VP in the company. And this is just going to be my life. And I had that experience when I started out in entrepreneurship and life insurance. What were some
Is
of your
that true?
girl? Look, I've worn many hats. I've been a real estate agent, life and health insurance agent, ran a massage therapy business for 10 years. I've been a dreadlock specialist for 25 years. I'm about to put out an educational course for that. So, I mean, it's like, it's what happens when you're an entrepreneur.
Right. But you know what I find with all that, because some people be like, "Oh, this business failed or that business failed," or you sometimes you look on Facebook or social media, like,
Mm,
what are they doing now? They starting something else. But I look at all of that, all the business we did incorporated things in us that made us better at the next journry. So all
come
of it is
on now.
necessary because I used to beat myself up because I started
Mm,
travel agent, then I started I tried the life insurance thing. Then I
hmm
started selling purses and jewelry. And I was selling what the people was at, just a short story. I was selling what the people was asking for, right? But then
hmm
the state of South Carolina started locking down on some of the
merchandise that you were
unreal,
carrying.
unreal branded stuff. Yeah. And I was
Right,
like,
right.
you know what? And the name of my business was I Am. It was I Am after God is I Am. So, God had a conversation with me. It was like, you selling this unbranded stuff, but you
Right,
got my name on it. So, I had to get this
right.
stuff right. And then they started locking down on people. I said, look here, I can't run. I don't look good at orange. So we got to do something different.
Yes. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Um, Last year I was working with a company,
Mhm.
helping people with their credit, and late in the year they had a judgment. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but at whatever the details are, the state of Georgia determined that, look, we told y'all that there's laws against you doing business here the way that you conduct business,
Mhm.
and we're gonna slap, you know, close to $2 million judgment on them.
Wow.
Okay. Um, so it just created an internal battle for me because I was like, well, man, I done walked away from my hair career, putting all of my energy and effort into doing this. And I've been the face of this company for the people who follow me. So now
Okay.
what do I do? So, I mean, it was absolutely devastating. I'm like, well, I can't do, hair like I used to. I'm injured, can't do that. Okay. But now I built my whole brand around what this company does. And there came a point where I said, you know what? I got to do my thing. I've got to walk out my purpose because if it's not my purpose, I'm not going to be able to stay passionate about it long enough for it to make a big difference.
Right.
What were some of your experiences along those lines? We're going to go way over 5 minutes, shall we? At six
Oh,
and a
wow.
half.
Wow. Some of my experiences with the other businesses.
Well, and when things shift and you say, okay, it's time for me to exit this and do something else.
Right. Well, one thing is the business I left to do, it was demanding of time and effort, but it wasn't a lot of pay. And then with the jewelry and purses, like I said, that was a outside interference kind of changed that around. But at the same time, that realtor was reaching out to me for help. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my own business. I ain't working for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
It became necessary. So
Mm-hmm.
I really did, and one thing I'll say is working there, it pulled things out of me I didn't know I had. And so as I was doing more of the marketing, and then I was managing 20 properties, and then I was setting up speaking engagements and setting her up on the billboards and setting up seminars and stuff. And I'm learning and I'm doing, and I'm falling in love with it. So what happened is that superseded all the other stuff. I,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm making my money here doing this. It's superseded, but I didn't know that it was a plan, set up by someone other than me, to get me to a new purpose. Sometimes God will
Yeah.
set those things up like that. So,
And we be fighting and kicking and screaming, don't we?
right, because I'm not working for nobody else. I'm only gonna work for myself. But sometimes you got to get up under somebody, learn
Yes.
some things, and then once you got the things you need, then
Yes.
you move on to do the other things. So it just amazes me how I'm looking at the journey, and it's just amazing me. I see the steps and why I did the other business, because a lot of people I'm in communication with, I met them through my travel business, through my jewelry business, through my
Yes.
marketing business, through my vendor. I used to set up vendor events through that business, and so they still are with me now. So it's just a progression, and what you have to do is be willing to walk in it.
Yes, you got to be fluid with it. It's two things that you said that I wanted to touch on a little bit. I hope we don't end up in no real long interview because I want people to watch it. People attention span be like this, child. So I be
We
trying to
may
get.
have to do a second one. We may have to do a second.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely agreed. So, two things. One of them is that mentorship. Mentorship is so important. I think it's so easy for us as entrepreneurs. I got my own business. I don't work for nobody. So where we get to a point where we forget somebody else has already traveled a road that we're just beginning on.
Right.
So if you let your ego get in the way, then you can't learn anything. You can't
Right.
ever get to the point where you think you know so much that no one can teach you anything. And it could be the exact thing that you need to take you to the next level.
Exactly.
And then the other thing was flexibility, and it takes a little while to get there because, we do something, we be gung ho, right? We be like, no, this is me. This is what I'm doing from now on. And integrity. Man, that's so big. When you answer to a higher power than just the laws of the land, you can't always do what you thought you were going to do. Sometimes things come up and it opens your eyes. You can't unsee it. So you go, you know what? I know God intended for me to see this. Or, the universe put all of these moving pieces together to collide for me to see this right now.
Yes.
And so now my struggle is attached to my purpose. So I had to go through
Say
these
that.
changes so that now I see, you know what? I had to go through that because I had to pick up this tool. I had to go through this because I had to pick up this tool. And then now you become a master of creating the life that you want to create. And you manifest that because now everything comes so much clearer through
Yeah.
your experiences. And I say all the time, we're all the sum of our environment, experiences, and exposures. So if we pay attention to what happens as we go through these lessons and not be so hard down on this is what I know has to happen, we don't miss the lesson.
Girl, I'm taking notes, right?
Child, get out.
Experience exposure. I done wrote that down, girl.
No, look, I'm just glad that we're recording this so I can go back to it later. Because I'm like, oh, Alicia was dropping them jewels. Okay. But yes, we'll definitely have to do this again another time. But I want to go ahead. I want to switch gears a little bit and come back to your real estate business and, what sets you apart from a lot of realtors. Because, oh, how could I forget this? Relationships. You said when you were working with the travel agency, you built relationships through that business. And because they were connected to who you are, not what you do, it's not like they said, oh, she don't do the travel agency business no more. We won't do business. It's not transactional. It comes down to who you are, who they are, and your vibe attracts your tribe. So now that becomes a part of the tribe of people that you move through life with.
Yeah, it's amazing. So many people that I met doing those other business have just followed me to the real estate, have become my clients. Some have become my coaches, depending on what they do. And that's what it's about. To me, it's about relationships, how you treat people,
Yeah.
how you speak to people. And I'm gonna say I'm not the most knowledgeable realtor. I am a realtor that people know will work hard for you. I built that reputation that people know I'm gonna go to bat for you. I'm gonna work hard. I may stay up a little later for you. I may come to your house to pick up some paperwork. I'm gonna do some things that some other realtors won't do. But I'm not the smartest realtor. But people stick with me because of the relationship that we have built. They know I care.
And there's something to be said about that because knowledge, skill sets, those things can be taught because it's just facts and trivia. If you got relationships with the right people, they know things that you don't know. So
Right.
while it would be great if you read this book that, someone has been doing real estate 5 times longer than you, they've got knowledge that they picked up because of their experiences. But if you have the relationship, when you're coming up on a challenge and you can call them and say, hey, so and so, I'm having a challenge with this. Can you give me an advice on that? And oh girl, come on, babe. Look, come on over here. Let me show you something.
Right.
And those mentors step in and they actually help you to cultivate and sculpt yourself into the professional that you are. So
Right.
that character, that can't be taught. But
Right.
if we're coachable, if we're coachable,
Yes.
that is the singular most important trait for an entrepreneur is just to be coachable.
Gotta be coachable because you don't know everything, and a book is not going to teach you everything. Some of that you need to know from life lessons that others have learned. So I have 2 or 3 coaches that I use for personal, for real estate, for business, and then I'm also a coach. I have mentees and I have team members under me that I mentor, and I have an open door. Like, it's so many realtors out there that I have an open door that sometimes I'm led to send them something, say something to them, or they'll reach out.
Yes.
Because they know, in my mind, there's no competition. Like,
Right.
my clients is my clients, your clients is your clients. We're not crossing over. So me helping you does nothing to harm me. It helps me,
Right. Well, it's all about. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, because sometimes when I'm talking or coaching someone, I'm hearing it myself. I'm like, oh, you know how sometimes you know what to do, but you're not doing it, and
Child,
you hear yourself say somebody else, you write that down,
it's
and
a daily thing. It's a daily thing. Sometimes you have to have a conversation to bring back to your remembrance something you forgot you knew. And that
right,
when did I learn that? And it doesn't really matter because it's now part of your toolkit. You
right,
know, and something else you said that I wanted to touch on. Um, just having that open door relationship. That's what relationships should be.
right.
You know, I keep coming back to ego. I'm having some conversations with a few professionals this week, and
Mhm.
it comes down to a lot of cases, just the soft skills of doing business beyond just the sales and beyond the knowledge of your industry or perfecting your craft, whatever industry you're in. You know, it goes beyond that, and understanding those people skills and being able to build those relationships are going to allow you to know, I can reach out to this person. Because I think one of the worst things we can do is be surrounded by experts and then we don't get the help we need because of our pride, or
Right.
you did some awesome things in the past and now you're so puffed up that you forget that you still don't know everything. I
You
mean,
gotta stay humble. You
oh
gotta
God,
stay
man.
humble so
I
that
mean,
you can be poured into.
yeah,
You know,
because you
'cause
need it.
yeah, if your cup is full and you can't be poured into, that stops your growth.
Yeah. Oh, and how tragic is that? You
Right.
know, like I think about, man, some of the hard lessons I've taken over the last, say, 5 years or so. At the time, devastating, absolutely devastating. And I'm just like, where did I go wrong? I did so much right up until this point. How did I slip and fall this low?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe I did this. So you sit in that for minutes. I mean, and sometimes it becomes a mental health thing. You can slip into depression, and I have. Or you have so much anxiety you can't sleep at night because you're thinking about how you're going to work it out. But it's those being open and being coachable to someone else who has already been through that. They pick up the lesson and they're ready to hand it to you if you demonstrate that you're coachable. If you don't have so much pride that no one can say anything to you.
Right. 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 That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
I just believe in being humble. I had a side cleaning business. And every so often I would advertise, look, I might be Alicia Small, the realtor, but you see, I got this toilet brush in my hand. I'm cleaning toilets
Mm,
because that's how I pay my office fees. You
come
know,
on now.
you got to do what you got to do. I'm a firm believer in doing what you got to do. And I clean, and I still clean sometimes. I can actually clean our two offices. I still clean sometimes because to me that helps me to stay humble, like because
Stay
people
grounded.
will
Yes.
fill your head up and you
Yeah.
gotta watch it. That's something that we even Paul said, daily I beat myself into submission. And so that's part of my hey, you ain't big, you ain't that big yet that you are too good to clean toilets.
Yeah. Oh yes. I mean, and reading our own press clippings. I look back at some of the accomplishments. Something in Facebook memories is good for it. Reminding me of something when I was killing it. I was like, oh man, I was tearing it up right here.
Yes.
So we can't let our highs get so high that we become egotistical and uncoachable, but we can't let our lows get so low that we think we can't come out of where we were.
That's right. Don't forget who you are because
That's
even though
right.
you're not ego, but you still got to know that you're special.
Yes.
You are an exception to the rule, and that you
Yes.
all that in a bag of chips. You're just gonna be humble about it. So
Get it?
you got to bring you because we get like that. I tell
Yeah.
people, I was telling some other realtors, sometimes I want to throw in the towel. Like, ooh, yesterday was a rough day.
Mhm.
Sometimes you want to throw in the towel, but I look and I say, okay, you can throw it, but you better go back in 5 minutes and pick it back up. That's all you get is 5 minutes, and you get
Come
yourself
on
in
now.
right. And
I,
you
I tell people, look, I'm gonna go over here and cry in the corner for about 5 minutes. Stay right here. I'll be back.
look, and you come back like this, like,
Oh,
ready now. Okay,
right,
what we doing?
right. You see the cat got a photo bomb every video
Yeah, I
going on. Rice is a mess. Okay, but
oh,
I wanted to go ahead and wrap up because we might have to do like a series of things, child, because
we may, because I didn't get to tell you about all the real estate stuff and all the new stuff going on
well,
and how.
tell me about what's new. I don't want to cut that off. I want people to know what you got going on.
Well, Thursday I take my my broker test for the state of South Carolina. I already passed the
Yeah, girl.
because I started a team. And I feel that if I start a team, I need to be smarter than my team. I need to know more than my team. So I felt that I needed to get my broker license. But I started
Oh,
a team, hired my first full time admin. I have part time admins, but my first full time, and getting my broker's license. And then we have some projects. We're starting a home tour because people love looking at homes. So you
yes.
don't have to be pre-qualified. So September, October, November, we're going to have a home tour, feed you breakfast. You can win a gas card, and we're going to caravan and look at 4 homes between 100 and 300,000, because sometimes you got to see it to get it in your mindset. You got to
Right.
touch it and
It's the vision
experience
part.
it and breathe that area in to realize, hey, if so and so could be a homeowner, I could be a homeowner. So I
Yeah.
need them to go and walk through the houses and touch the granite, and
Mm-hmm.
have that on the front of their mind, because sometimes we lose focus on what we want. And I think this is a great way to bring people into focus. It's also about building the relationships with them.
Yes.
I'm giving you value. I'm taking you to look at the house. I'm gonna feed you. You can win a gas card. So hopefully, when you get ready in 2 months, 3 months, you'll think about me. We're also
Yeah.
going to offer credit services to those clients that need it. I
Yeah.
also have pamphlets coming out where we're offering extra services to our sellers, offering service to other realtors to offer it to their sellers.
Oh,
And
I
we're going to
love
have
it.
a home ownership book that's going to come out that goes to clients that, how you got filters and light bulbs, and this person did maintenance, and you don't keep that information, and you're like, I don't even
Right.
know what size filter I need. So I got a book that's going to help you organize everything to do with your home. It's going to also be a book that you use for your home journey, so you can go back and revisit that home journey, and then you
Like
have
a
your current,
scrapbook.
like a scrapbook, but then
I
also
love.
it has all your information that you need for your current home.
Oh,
You
right.
sell your house and you need to get that information. You got it right there on hand to be able to give to the new homeowner. So I'm working on services that I can give back to clients, working on more branding, and at the same time working on building my business, because eventually I know I'm going to move into brokerage. Although it's not time yet, I want to be prepared so that when God says walk, I can walk.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something that my friend Joy McLaughlin Harris said. You know Joy, don't you?
She coaches me too. I love me
Come
some
on now.
Joy.
So I'm gonna tell you what she told me about a year ago,
Mhm.
right before I knew I was gonna have to retire. She said, and I know I'm gonna jack it up. So Joy, I know you're gonna watch this. You're gonna be like, that ain't what I said. But she said the seasons have already changed. She said, you think about when the seasons change from summer to fall, and it's about that time now. It might technically be fall, but the leaves are still green. So the season has already changed, but you just got to walk it out. You know the leaves are about to change,
Mhm.
and you know what season it is. You just keep moving forward in that. And she just blessed me when she said that. I was like, oh, girl, I was ugly crying and everything. I was like, oh my
Jesus,
God, don't say nothing
girl,
else to me.
joy will make you ugly cry.
Nothing else to me.
She done spoke some things to me that have you ever talked with someone and you can tell when something else takes over, and that they're talking
Mm-hmm,
from a higher power that's conveying through them. And
mm-hmm.
child, she done had me ugly crying because she done seen a building, she done seen millions of dollars. Girl, had me crying. You hear me?
I know. I'm so thankful to have her in my circle. She's just such a blessing. I did an interview with her a few days ago.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I
send
gotta
you
go
the
catch
link,
that
girl.
interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, child. So we definitely gonna have to connect. I think I told you about Entrepreneurs Empowered, which is a workshop I've got coming up. That's gonna be virtual. If I was doing it in person, it would be $500. It would be a 2-day event.
Mhm.
We got about, I want to say, 10 or 12 different speakers in varying degrees of varying types of expertise. All in
Okay.
their own lane, they all are B set it. Okay, I won't get in. I ain't gonna do no promo on here for that. That'll be
Look,
a
I'm trying to write the information. You can promo. Look, because I need to be in that. I need to be watching that.
yeah. Yes, I look. I got you. But one of the things I'm really excited about that I know we'll talk some more about is a project called Shipping Container Homes USA that I'm doing with a real estate investor by the name of Jamal Lockhart. He is just, man, when I tell you he's a go-getter, the name of his company is Gorillapreneur
What?
Something like that. That joker's a beast.
Yeah, he got a beast name too. He branded himself.
That joker bad. So we both really passionate about the shipping container homes and building a community so that we can have more affordable housing nationwide.
I've been looking at those. They are amazing. The shipping container pool and the shipping container homes. Amazing.
Come on now.
All you
So
need is
that's
some land.
yeah. Come on now. Come on now. So you know they don't do traditional mortgages on those, but you're talking about a single family home could be 27,000. So,
Right.
you know, we got to collaborate on some things on that. So I definitely plug you in.
I'm
But
going to know more about that for sure.
yes, yes. So I'm so excited to do some things with you. I've been knowing you's doing big things here. So I'm so thankful that you joined me. I ain't show none of your your stuff. So if you're watching this and you just needed the names and you missed her name in the beginning, so Alicia Small, she's a realtor with JP and Associates here in Columbia, South Carolina. And so she is licensed in South Carolina. Are you licensed in any other states?
No, because I'm like, hey, let me conquer where I am and get that down pat, and then I eventually plan to do North Carolina and Georgia. But you know, it's so much here in South Carolina because I do from Rock Hill to Charleston. So my run is over right now. So I'm concentrating on South Carolinians, and eventually, as I continue to grow my team and grow my business, North Carolina and Georgia is in the scope.
Yes, I love it. So if you need to reach Alicia, you can see the numbers there. If you listen to this on audio, it's 803-546-8718, or you can reach her at 803-243-3373. And if you want to send her an email, there's her email there, asmallrealtor@gmail.com, and you can get in touch with her on that. But I'm so blessed and fortunate. I really appreciate you doing this interview with me today, and I'm looking forward to big things in the future. So if you're watching this and you actually want to do a QuickWits interview, which y'all look, Alicia special. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I'm not doing no 30-minute interview with everybody. I love you. I love you. But
I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. So QuickWits interviews are typically 3 to 5 minutes long. We're going to put who you are and what you do in a nutshell so that we have an effortless way of introducing you to other like-minded professionals across the country and around the world. So thank you guys for watching. Get in touch with me if you need me. There's my number, 803-238-0974. Get in touch with me on Facebook, and it's just Cassandra Edwards. I'm on there. Y'all know I'm the selfie queen. So, but again, just thank you again, Alicia. We're going to wrap this thing up and we're going to talk again real soon, lady.
Yes, please. We must.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.